God bless you. Welcome to the Vine Daily. Hey, Pastor Ernest hanging out with you on this week, sharing some things with you out of the Word of the Lord. I began a session on yesterday, which is simply called The Essentials of Abraham's Faith. Abraham is one of these great guys, characters of the Bible. I just love studying his life and what's going on with him. And what we're doing is looking in the book of Romans as Paul uses him as an example of the type of faith that we as believers in the modern day ought to have. And so Paul, as he begins to talk about Abraham, as we talked about on last week, is that not last week. Y'all know I'm a weekly preacher. Okay, but on yesterday we talked about how that Abraham believed when there was no reason to believe. And sometimes when we're faced with trusting God, if we really look at it from our perspective and use our own rationality, we'll be like, is there any real reason for me to believe? But if God said it, God can bring it to pass. So this second thing I want to get to is, again, I'm in Romans chapter 4, and it says of Abraham in verse number 19. I love this. And it says, and being not weak in faith. Being not weak in faith. So this second essential that I want to talk about is that Abraham's faith did not weaken. He did not weaken in faith. Now, if you think about it, he gets this word from the Lord that, hey, you and your wife are going to have a child. Now, he's got to carry through with some things. He's got to, as you know, faith without works is dead. He had to put in some works. And the Bible lets us know that his faith did not weaken, even though he considered his own body to be dead and his wife's womb to be dead. His faith did not weaken. He yet believed that God was going to be able to make this thing happen. And so where am I trying to get to? What do we take from this? Well, here's what I believe that we take from this. There are times that we're just going to have to, go through the process, go through a time that we're going to have to wait, that we're going to have to, just not weaken in our faith and say, you know what, God, I'm just going to believe you. I'm not going to, as I like to put it, I was ministering recently in a message, and I said that we don't edit our faith, okay? Don't allow your faith to weaken. Stay strong in your faith. And the way that you can stay strong in your faith is that you stay committed to your word. Keep reading your word. Keep putting the promise up before you. And when you do it, you will realize that the promise will come to pass. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to be strong in your faith today. And let's just trust God that God is with you, haven't forgotten what he said, and it's going to come to pass. We'll talk again tomorrow.